I'll fight as much as I have to in order to save my friends. I have to keep fighting. I've come so far, I can't lose heart now. I desperately force my legs to move and manage to stand up again. Elizabeth-san shuts her book with an air of finality.
I see. I am quite content with this outcome. It seems you possess true strength.
The unyielding torrent of power. I just came up with a theory. Oh my god. Okay, you know how it's been announced that Persona 5, this is completely unrelated to Persona 4 Arena, but you know how it's been, back in 2011, it was announced that Persona 5 was in development. So far we haven't heard anything else from it, but it'd probably take like a few billion years to make. But anyways, what I think they could possibly do, if they don't create new characters for Persona 5, if they like or create new characters, but intertwine with the old other characters, whether it be Easter egg or actually part of the story, kind of like Persona 4 Arena, I think it'd be really awesome. Because if you guys remember in Persona 3, the ending of Persona 3, the protagonist used his life force to make himself a seal in between Nyx and basically the world, to prevent the world from ending, and in doing so he kind of died. But well, his physical body died, but his spiritual body is trapped as this giant seal that is preventing the world from ungodly doom. So anyways, in doing so I think Elizabeth is trying to find him. Because I know, because in Persona 3, you definitely pursue a relationship with Elizabeth. And she definitely has very romantic feelings for the protagonist, which would lead me to assume that she's trying to find this power in order to help out the protagonist in Persona 3. Now, because of this, I think Persona 5 is you teams up with Elizabeth, teams up with a bunch of other people who combine their powers to combine like their persona powers together or something or other to get to this great seal in order to replace the seal with something else and bring the protagonist back. I don't know. I think that would be freaking awesome. So, will they do that? I have no freaking idea. Would be awesome though. But either way, once Persona 5 comes out, I am grabbing that crap and I am playing the hell out of it. So, anyways, back to Persona 4 Arena. Torrent of power suddenly ceases without warning. Is it over? Even as I come to understand that, I continue to stand stock still, unable to move.
I believed you were at the limits of your stamina after the battle against Aegis earlier. In actuality, your heart almost gave in during your struggle with me. But each time you faltered, the many hearts supporting you gave you strength, helping you to rise again.
She cuts herself off and nods to herself as if to confirm some suspicion.
This was truly an intriguing battle. I believe our encounter has borne much flute.
Flute?
Flue? Chimneys. In any case, I am quite pleased.
Even after a battle, she acts like that? I feel like a fool for believing that she really would have killed me, even if it felt quite real at the time. I can't believe any of this. My legs give out under me and I sink to the ground. Maybe she understands how I feel. Elizabeth-san looks straight into my eyes.
May I ask you something? To continue fighting in order to prevent an undesirable future, it is a path of endless hardship. Would you still choose to walk it?
Margaret had said something similar just before this tournament had begun. How I had overcome the ordeal concerning last year's case and opened the door. Margaret's and Elizabeth-san's words come together in my mind. Okay, my question is like, why is he referring Elizabeth as Elizabeth-san, while Margaret as just Margaret, not like Margaret-san?
Yeah. Working for a better tomorrow isn't just a one-time thing. The tomorrows keep coming.
Opening the door is necessarily, but it's not what's truly important. What's important is making sure that you follow the path that's beyond the door. Only once you have that path in mind does it matter whether you've opened the door or not. That's how I feel.
I would keep fighting for the future we want.
Elizabeth-san smiles at my answer. It seems the former dweller of the Velvet Room is pleased with my answer. She must have chosen a path of her own at some point and is doing everything in her power to see it through. Maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, but I feel as if I'm able to understand her a little better now.
Well, it's time for me to bid you adieu. By your leave, I, Elizabeth, am out of here.
With this, Elizabeth briskly walks out of the room. She caused me some trouble, but I've also learned something about myself as well. I think I'll call it a draw. As I wave goodbye to Elizabeth, I hear Aiga-san getting to her feet behind me.
Are you alright? You shouldn't force yourself to move.
I was concerned at first, but Aiga-san doesn't seem to be very hurt, or damaged, or whatever you would say. She was likely just knocked out. I had absolutely no chance of winning if I'd gone easy on her either. This is getting ridiculous.
You are very kind. We've only just met, and yet you're worried about a machine like myself.
Huh? Isn't that normal?
Aiga-san laughs at my confusion.
Seeing you smile like that, I don't know. I just can't think of you as a machine. You have a heart, right? And it doesn't matter whether you're man or machine.
Aiga-san stops laughing and thinks deeply for a moment. But after a few seconds, she looks back up at me with a serious look in her eyes.
You have defeated me in single combat. That will make it difficult for me to continue forward. But I believe I can trust you. Will you listen to my mission directive?
Yes. I have no reason to say no. I look at Aiga-san square in the eye and nod reassuringly. And so Aiga-san told me about her directive, and it was truly surprising. There was another case involving personas and shadows outside of Inaba, even before our adventure last year. And she is a weapon with a heart, created with the express purpose of wielding a persona to fight the shadows. She believes that this current situation came to be because someone had stolen a similar weapon and caused it to enter the TV world. Ooh.
So, there's another girl robot with a heart like you? And she's the cause of all this?
We came to this world to retrieve her. My older sister, the 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon, Labris, is in this world somewhere.
Nanako, Miss President, her shadow, and now Libris. I have a mountain of tasks to accomplish. Doesn't he not, make the connection that this Libris might be Miss President? But even though I have a lot to do, I can't ignore any of it.
Tell me more about Labris, and I'll do what I can to help you get her back.
Unfortunately.
Aiga-san's expression clouds. She said that she was a machine, but that she really is no different from a human. As I'm listening to her, I think about what this means in my search for Labris. It's not helpful.
So you don't know what she looks like, what she can do, or what equipment she's loaded with?
Bleh. Basically, all she could tell me is that Labris is a robot who's built to look like a girl. Wait a second. I did meet a girl I didn't know in the TV world, Miss President. Could Miss President be Libris?
Is there a possibility that she looks, well, more human than you? You mentioned earlier that she was your older sister, so I assume she was built before you, but...
My sister was an older model, a prototype for the 5th generation to be exact. It's doubtful that she would look more human than myself.
Huh. Then there's no way Miss President could be Labris. I could tell at first glance that Aiga-san was a machine. Miss President appears to be completely human. I never once considered that she might not be human until just now. But that just makes things even more complicated. What in the world is going on inside this TV?
Alright, in any case, I'll keep an eye out for her. But right now, I'm heading to the announcement room. If Labrys is the cause of this, then I'm bound to meet up with her eventually.
I shrug slightly. I don't want to be so grave. I guess I must sense what I'm trying to do, and smiles.
Thank you. I will trust my sister's fate to you.
Of course. I give Aigis-san a determined nod and run out of the classroom. But man, what a busy Golden Week! I have to make sure Nanako's okay, find Miss President, unmask whoever's masquerading as Teddy, and now search for Labrys somewhere in here. If this wasn't happening, I'd be kicking it with my friends at the Junes food court. Yukiko seemed to be trying to be coy, but I'm pretty sure that big bundle she was carrying was probably boxed lunches that she made. As to how they might taste, well, let's not get sidetracked. I'm sure we'd all have to enjoy them anyway. Eventually, I would have called Nanako over and we would have brought some snacks together. There were things I wanted to buy from the Shiroku store, and maybe I could have made it to Sozen Daigaku in time to buy the last of their special croquettes. I wanted to talk with the owner of Dodara and get some books from the Yominado's bookstore. I'd have a steak bowl at Aya, hung out with the fox at the Tatsumi Shrine, waited for my uncle so we could have dinner, and tomorrow I'd have gone fishing. The one who ruined my vacation and caused all these problems is the same person who stole Labrys. And if they truly brought Nanako back into the TV world, I'll catch them no matter what.
They're not getting away from me.
As I run out, I come across yet another blue door. Perhaps it's a sign that I need to calm down? True, I may have lost my cool for a moment.
Here? Again?
I reach towards the door with a relaxed smile. Is Igor going to be there this time? Ow. Margaret is in her usual position. I glance around to see if there's anyone else in here. It looks like her nutcase of a sister isn't here. Margaret noticed me looking and sighs, a seductive sound that also conveys annoyance.
It seems my sister has caused you some trouble. Though this may mean that I'm not the only one who is drawn to the light of your potential.
There's a hint of tenderness towards her sister in her words. Her sister must be important to her. I can tell from the look on her face. Do I look like that when I talk about Nanako? Margaret pulls herself together and speaks again.
You have gained a new resolve by overcoming many doubts and falsehoods.
A new resolve? I find myself nodding along.
You have reached the threshold of truth. But man's hearts are mutable. That is why a resolve to continue fighting is more important than any one victory or defeat.
Yeah, I understand.
But this will be a difficult battle without end. Are you equal to the challenge?
Hell yeah! The way she puts it, it makes it seem as if she was testing me. I don't respond immediately and think about the question. It would be lying to say that I'm not worried. I know that my heart can be swayed by change. There's no knowing what will happen from moment to moment. But even then...
If I have my friends, if I'm not alone, I can do it.
I see.
Margaret nods slightly in response.
I have heard your answer, but it's not enough. Remember what I told you before? The heart is shaken more by a single action than by 1,000 words.
So we gotta put up or shut up. As she smiles, my vision begins to blur. I hear words being repeated. I have reached the threshold of truth. Everything that's happened during the course of this case runs through my mind. The new appearance of the TV world, this tournament pitting us against each other, the student council president, and a fake Teddy. My encounter with a weapon with a heart, Aiga-san searching for her sister, Libris, and the determination that I've gained through the constant battles. What I must accomplish. How do I show what I've decided through my actions? Oh my god, how much longer is this? I've been recording for over 2 hours now. I gotta be at the final battle. It seems that the number of invisible walls has decreased. Could this mean that the end is near? I hope so. Just as I think that, I hear a familiar voice.
That's enough!
That was Miss President's voice. It was coming from the door to the announcement room. I finally made it. I opened the door to the announcement room and rushed inside.
You're finally here. Hello, Sensei.
Fuck you.
Congratulations! How does it feel to have won the P1 Grand Prix?
The general smirks at me as I pass through the door. Behind him, Miss President and Rize. When the two of them see me, Miss President looks confused, while Rize's face lights up with joy.
There you are, Senpai. You're late.
Sorry, I had a few complications along the way. I have to stay cautious of the general, but I signal to the girls that everything will be alright now. The general is closer to them than I am. I can't afford to make any reckless moves just yet. And there's one more thing I need to know.
Teddy, where's Nanako?
I look around the announcement room, but Nanako is nowhere to be found. The general's face distorts with an ugly glee.
Nana-chan's right here. See?
Slowly, the general extends the arm that was being held behind him. And there was Nanako. Her arms were clutched to her chest, and she slowly takes a few steps towards me, obviously frightened.
Nanako!
After taking a step forward, I noticed something bizarre. The general disappeared? For a brief instant, my full attention had been focused on Nanako. The general had been standing directly behind her, but now he's gone. How could he have gone somewhere else that quickly, right in front of me, without me noticing it? While I'm confused about the general's disappearance, Nanako weakly calls to me. Nanako's obviously been weakened by the being in the TV world, and she totters towards me unsteadily, looking ready to collapse at any moment. I can think about the general later. I have to save Nanako right now. As I reach to her, Rize yells.
Senpai, no! Nanako-chan's not there!
Nanako's not here? What is she saying? She's right here. Just as I'm about to say so, my hand stops. Something's not right. I try to look into Nanako's face once more. And in her eyes, I saw madness.
Oh, so close! Just a little more and Sensei would have been a goner!
You bastard!
Fuck you! I barely reached in time to draw my sword to block the attack. The general suddenly appeared out of nowhere to attack me with his cane, and I get a good look at him as our weapons clash together. I see the madness in his face, the same madness that I seen in Nanako's only a moment before. That's when I noticed that Nanako had disappeared. What's going on?
You've got it wrong, Senpai. It's all been him from the beginning. He can make whoever's looking at him see him as someone else.
So he's not actually taking on other forms?
No, he's just distorting the things you see and hear.
That's right. The enemy is able to control what I see and hear. I'd realized that after all the battles I had today, but seeing Nanako had made me forget all that. The general laughs at this.
It's hard for me to show someone who isn't here. But you actually saw this Nanako girl? You're hopeless.
Just like how my friends hadn't actually gone crazy before our fights, Nanako had never been brought into this world in the first place. The appearance before me is a fake. He distorted our senses all to make us suffer. But just as I thought that, he couldn't deceive Rize's Persona's abilities. That's why he kidnapped her, to keep her from warning us during his tournament. Okay, so where the hell's Kanji, and where the hell's Teddy? Now that I know that, I push the General's cane away and jump back towards the girls in order to distance myself from him. Good, now I'm between them and the General. I then look straight at the one behind this bizarre situation.
Who in the world are you?
You still can't tell? Seriously, the level of intelligence around here. Fine then. Here. Get a good look.
It is Shadow Libris, isn't it? Oh my god. Well then.
I am a shadow. The true self.
Miss President's shadow.
That's my face.
I saw metal limbs, golden eyes, and a ponytail. And a mirror image of Miss President's face, even though she was standing behind me, trembling.
How about it? You wanted to see what I am, didn't you?
Why does she look like me? That's its true form. That thing is your shadow. This is a shadow? She really came from inside me?
Rize tries to calm Miss President, but the girl shakes her head in denial and squeezes her eyes shut. While Miss President refuses to look at this mechanical-looking being, I now understand what is going on. Because this isn't the first time I've seen a robotic girl before. All the faces match up. Facts match up. The way she was able to run so fast without so much as breathing heavily, even in the TV world. The sense of wrongness that I had when Miss President had asked me about killing my friends. The way she avoided telling me her name, that superhuman strength when she hit Chie, and that incredible jump to get away from us. And the Shadow's ability to interfere with the senses of other people. Just as Margaret has said, all the pieces to the puzzle were laid out before me. They've all come together, and now I can see the truth. She is indeed Labris. Labris, another weapon with a heart, stolen by someone unknown and thrown into the TV world, created this school and forced us to fight our friends. This deep-rooted depression regarding her past memories, all of this took the form of Labris' shadow, who manipulated everything here.
Labris, don't look away. If you don't accept her, she'll get even stronger.
Miss Labris only shivers when I call out to her. There has to be some reason why she believed that she was the student council president. But that's just a disguise, more for herself than for us. No matter how comfortable it is, it's only there to cloud her eyes from the truth.
I don't know what your past was like. It must have had some painful memories. But you have us with you now. We're going to get you out of here.
I call out to Labris while keeping an eye on the shadow. A shadow is the darkness within a person's heart. Unless it is accepted by the person it came from, it will never disappear for good. But with that in mind, all we can do is watch over her as she accepts this darkness within her. Well, we'll have to protect her when the shadow goes berserk and tries to kill her. But Labris continues to shake her head and tremble violently. My words aren't getting through to her.
You hear that, me? Your friend is trying to tell you something. Too bad he doesn't understand at all. These clowns are so hopelessly naive.
The shadow laughs shrilly. It continues to smear more poison into Labrys's heart.
I wish I could have made them feel my pain. What it's like having to murder one another. That sadness and pain and anguish. Everything went black, and I was always left alone. I'm a weapon. A machine made only to fight. No human can understand my suffering. Stop! I've had enough. I'm human. I'm not like that.
This isn't good. I settle into a fighting stance, ready for anything, though I have a good idea what's going to happen.
Oh, you're still clinging to that. Then take a look at what you really are.
So then why does she look like a human then? Like, completely human. The shadow's eyes gleam with golden light. The change begins immediately. A shimmer runs across Labra's body, and instead of the normal human girl... Oh, there had been a moment ago she was a metallic body, just like her shadow.
No! No!
Labrys loses all composure and scratches at her arm, trying to tear away the metal that had appeared. But there was more to her change than just her arms. Her legs, waist, chest, even her head, everything not covered by her clothing was now obviously mechanical. The reality that she didn't want to face. There are no words we can say to her. No matter what we say, reality won't change. Labrys falls to her knees and finally mutters the words I was dreading she'd say. You're not me! What? No! What? What? To be continued!
Welcome to the Velvet Room. This place is
Bullshit!
dream and reality.
Fuck you, Igor!
And matter. Now then.
How dare you give me a to
Introduce
be
yourself.
continued in a Persona game! Fuck! Alrighty. So, I guess I'm just gonna go down the character list line. Oh my god. And, I guess the next one to do is,
The persona you have acquired. It is a side
Oh,
of you that shows itself
I
when you
get
face
the to be
world around you.
continued. So,
Perhaps you
we're
can
gonna
think
have
of
to
it
go
as
through everybody's
the
story, and then
determination
Labrys is
you
gonna
have
be
to face
get up
various
to this
difficulties in
conclusion.
life.
And Labrys is gonna be the final one where we figure out everything that's happening. Hopefully. All right. So we have we got Yosuke, Yukiko, Chie, Yukiko, Kanji, and Teddy. That are all the fighters. Rize doesn't count. Wait, we need Naoto. So I'm guessing the one next to Teddy is Naoto. And then these three, the three over there, has to be Aigis, Mitsuru, and Akihiko. Now, I don't know whether if I beat all of them, like, I don't know if I beat all of them, if, like, all the other, like, Labrys' story pops up, or, Elizabeth's story pops up, or any of that, so... They weren't kidding about this being a long game. I just completed one of these, and it's 8%. It's like, holy shit, man. So... Alrighty, guys, so that was Persona 4 Arena U's story. So when I'm back, I'm gonna start Yosuke's story. So, I am Lady Renaissar, thank you for watching, and I'm excited. This story, like, you guys were right, this story is awesome so far, and I can't wait to play some more. So, see y'all in the next videos.